And it looks like we're going to small Great Hall.
Bodvar did us all the way through. I doubt we'll be seeing any legend switches throughout this best of 5, and we're going to be going right into it. Great Hall, allowing for a lot of creative sword combos as well as hammer. Early kills on the top. As we open up with Diakou on the sword, finding a lot of combos on Twilight already. He has not got a weapon. That's Spikeball not favoring him. And a double Daylight recovery puts Twilight deep into the yellow. Twilight struggling to get his bearings as the sidelight keeps him on the side of the stage. Diakou just destroying Twilight off the stage here, but that down air will put a little bit of damage on the Diakou, but Twilight's nearly dead.
Diakou is going full aggro mode with that sword, charging after Twilight, keeping him on his toes. Twilight goes for a ground pound. Diakou not able to punish just yet. There's a ground pound, and I don't think Twilight has the jumps. Doesn't matter, the weapon toss finishes it off, and Daikou's got an almost full stock advantage.
Showing the importance of getting that weapon first, especially once the sword, as he hits him with the nair there. Twilight picking up the sword, finally gets a nice recovery, putting some damage back onto Diakou, but Diakou handily in the lead here as he tries to call in the horn for a weapon. What will it be? He doesn't even pick it up. Twilight being really good at zoning Diakou out with these nairs, but a down light into nair from Diakou will put a little bit more damage on Twilight. I think Twilight's only used nair for about 30 seconds. There we go.
He's now starting to use those Sairs and goes for a sidelight, gets a nice ground pound on Diakou, but that nair from Diakou is going to keep Twilight at bay. Diakou staying on that corner, but Twilight pops up with a nair, sends Diakou into the sky. Diakou wants to keep that aggression going, but Twilight has been able to add up some damage with that sword. Goes for a ground pound, but not able to edgeguard Diakou. Diakou makes it back to the ledge, throws away the hammer, picks up a sword, but Diakou punishes him with a nair.
Nice cider coming out from Twilight, and he tries to hit him with something. No, downer comes out. Diakou goes for that downer himself. Recovery comes out as well, and Twilight hits him with the cider. Diakou sent flying, and the hammer goes straight past Daikou's face. He's a nice dive kick as well. Ground pound.
Oh, ground pound. Twilight able to dodge through it. Diakou uses that recovery to send Twilight into the red. Twilight is in trouble, gets a Sair, but Diakou has already knocked Twilight in the red, so all he has to do is take a withdrawal from this blood bank and finish off this stock of Twilight. He's gonna pick up a hammer.
Goes for that stomp, but Twilight doesn't jump into it. Cider comes out as well. Diakou trying his best to be able to do as much as he can to Twilight. Twilight gets that downer. Cider connects as well. Neutral light interrupted by that sidelight from Diakou. The weapon toss into Scoop. Scoop doesn't connect. Twilight gets scooped up the top of the map, and Diakou continues to have his solid one stock lead. Twilight recovers.
Recovery from Twilight.
So that's Silent, and Diakou trying to land a downer. Leads that downer directly into neutral light, into downlight. Dare. Twilight interrupts that recovery with two ground pounds coming out. And Diakou gets a double D-light recovery. That is such a good combo from the sword. And the D-light down air will interrupt Diakou's side sig. Interesting signature.
Sig's thrown out on both sides, but Twilight ends up getting above Diakou, gets the nice dare to finish off that stock. But once again, Twilight deep in the red, and Diakou might be able to finish this off. And falling nair onto Twilight.
Neutral light coming out side air as well. Twilight trying to come back in this match as he's no longer an entire stock behind because he can't be. Cider connects. Diakou takes the stock. It's going to be game one for him, and multiple stomps coming out. Scoop as well.
Nice scoop.
Doesn't do it though. Another down air will definitely kill Twilight as he tries to go in for these stomps. And the stomp misses the
doesn't get the dare.
That is a crucial follow-up to misses. Diakou being brought further into kill percent here as Twilight's landing his classic Sairs. Ground pound comes out. Diakou goes for the weapon toss. He has Twilight on the stage. 2 weapon tosses ended. Wow. Excellent ending from Diakou there as he just tosses his weapons into Twilight's face and takes game one.
Despite a very early lead from Diakou, Twilight was able to slowly bring it back with that sword in hand, and it ended up a lot closer than it was looking like. Diakou was not able to convert that early momentum into the rest of the game. There we go, game 2, sticking with Great Hall. We're going to see if Diakou is able to pick up that early sword and keep that aggression going. Gets in there, picks up a sword, but Twilight's got a hammer.
This time, Twilight is not weapon starved. As a weapon did spawn for him as well, rather than a spike spawn. Diakou already fighting Twilight off the stage. This could be Twilight's stock, this could be Daikou's stock. Both of them hitting each other with moves that send them beneath the stage, but they both make it back, evenly trading, and Diakou takes the first damage lead as he goes for that end light. Cider's thrown out. Twilight gets a Cider himself, tries to get another D-light, triple D-light combo to Sair. Wow! Diakou!
Twilight. Downlight, ledge cancel, downlight, gravity cancel, downlight, and the Sair will rack up and finish off Diakou. Daikou's gotten Twilight only into the orange very different showing from Twilight in this game, too.
Taking advantage of that Great Hall platform to truly destroy Diakou there as he gets that downer to finish that stock. Diakou now holding onto the ledge and goes for that GC down. Like, that's really desperate.
Recovery, weapon toss. Can't get the ground pound, and Twilight with the double dare is gonna punish Diakou so hard for trying to get aggressive and turn it around. Nice nair will send Twilight in the sky. Can he get a second nair? No, Twilight's gonna just jump above it.
Nice nairless landing, and Twilight goes for that side sig to be able to put Diakou deep into kill percentage. Twilight gets scooped, but only after bringing Diakou into the orange. A great lead starting out this match in the Great Hall.
Twilight with a dare. Diakou gets past the dare and uses a nair.
Made it look like he was going to go into the stage, but he doesn't. He gets a nice nair into recovery. Twilight brought a little bit into yellow. Another nair will confirm it, but Diakou in kill percent now. Twilight looking for these side airs onto Diakou as he wants to continue to take this lead. And a nice neutral light from Diakou puts Twilight deeper into the orange. Dare comes out as well as a dare from Twilight.
Side airs again from Twilight are just keeping Diakou at bay. The neutral air will finish off that stock, and once again, Twilight just barely in the orangish yellow. Twilight just keeping this ratio, this slight health advantage above Diakou.
And that nair comes out. Diakou hit by that recovery as well. Has a dive kick to get back to stage. Inches near the mine. The mine. Oh! Nearly recovers him into it. That was brilliant, but it didn't work out. But that would have been such a big game changer from Diakou if that worked. And the side stick puts him in a position to get punched by a Sair. Oh no, Twilight's got the down airs. Goes for the weapon toss. Will he get the ground pound? No. Diakou makes it back. Ground pound from the sword. Gets punched by that dive kick. And Twilight has got Diakou in kill percent after that Sair. Twilight's looking like he's going to take
ground pound. And Diakou gets taken down despite some cute attempts. Diakou is taken down, and we are even up.
I think the game would have been completely changed in pace if that recovery into the mine worked. Like, that was such a brilliant setup from Diakou, and it's just a shame that it didn't work out as the angle was slightly off. And game one does go to Twilight after that excellent triple dare combo. Or downlight, rather, not dare.
3, 2,
my boy said excellent.
What?
Side air comes out from Twilight, and Diakou picks up the sword.
Sword versus sword. Will Twilight go for another triple downlight? We're about to see. Nice neutral light from Diakou. Both of them fishing for dares that time. Downlight went for the ledge cancel, but Diakou got outside of it.
Ooh, a downer comes out, and he goes for a ground pounder afterwards. It gives Twilight a free ground pound. Second ground pound connects into a dare.
The
Twilight fighting against Diakou.
Outside of it. Diakou overcommitted a little bit, and Twilight took full advantage of that and now has the slight health advantage. Diakou wants to turn it around, can't get the sword drop, instead picks up the hammer, went for the recovery, but Twilight gets the connection, and Diakou doesn't have the jumps.
Hits him with the hammer on the way down at least, but yes, Diakou loses a stock, and Twilight only an orange denies everything from Diakou, and Diakou recovering high, picks up the hammer, goes for that Sair, and Twilight actually gets stopped Saired into losing his weapon. Brought into kill percent. Diakou looking for an opportunity here as he goes for that GCN6. That was a really cool option.
The weapon pickup.
I loved that. And Twilight doesn't go for the weapon, luckily, and saves his stock as he's now taking this lead hardcore over Diakou as he misses out on that side saying neutral light comes down. Side air as well in the recovery. Twilight is playing so solid on this
the hammer recovery. Dare into a recovery, into a nair, and Twilight has a 2 stock advantage over Diakou.
I think Daikou's going to have to switch up the map. Twilight is just too strong in the Great Hall, taking advantage of the low ceiling, the platforms, everything. He went from losing to barely winning to being 2 stocks ahead. And a side stick to punish Daikou's side stick there brings him into the yellow. Twilight is still yet to lose a stock.
Diakou threw away both hammers and wasn't able to connect with either of them. Mine dropped, but Twilight is already past it, and Diakou almost gets hit into it. Gotta be careful. Oh, Twilight is trying to hit him into that mine.
Twilight, the sword goes for that ground pound. Diakou also goes for the ground pound and puts himself in a dangerous position on his last stock. Goes beneath the stage and now holding on to the ledge. Goes for that recovery. Side airs are coming out as well. The bomb goes for that trade. Twilight nearly dodges into it, but no risk there as a sidelight nearly punched Twilight to his death. Will this be the stock for Diakou? He needs to end it now. He is really behind.
Downlight, down air from Twilight. Diakou was fishing for that dare, gets a Sair, but there is just so much room that he has to try to catch up. There's a dare into a... Oh, went for the dare into the ground pound, but wasn't able to get the horizontal movement in the ground pound from Twilight. We'll finish it off, and it looks like Daikou's got one last game before he goes down to loser's bracket.
He barely did any damage that game, too. They need to go to a different map. I don't think Diakou can succeed on the Great Hall against Twilight anymore. Twilight is playing consistent. He's not getting gimps. He's out playing Diakou on this map, and there we go. We see the switch up. What Twilight Grove on Cassidy, Diakou.
Cassidy.
Bringing out the legend that he practiced yesterday on GCEU, getting plenty of GC down sig kills on the brain, bringing out his secret main, as he would like to say. And we're going to be seeing whether or not this makes a difference against Twilight. Dive kick comes out. Twilight picks up the first weapon. Delay in the ground pound. Diakou gets on the ground pound into a dive kick. Is that Twilight's stock? No. Recovery comes back and Twilight makes it back, but that was such a crazy offstage combo from Diakou.
That was almost absolutely massive. Now Daikou's just fishing for Sigs. He knows that he didn't actually do that much damage, right? Diakou is already behind in health. Twilight has the sword. Daikou's going for the weapon toss into a hammer Sair. Fishing for downlights again, or down airs again. Side sig not going to connect, and Twilight is there with the punish.
Sidelight comes out, puts Twilight into the orange, but both players equally damaged as he puts out another side sig. Twilight not getting hit by any of these signatures, however, as Diakou holding onto the hammer, goes for the GC sig, and it gets interrupted by a side air. Twilight not giving Diakou any credit for those signatures as he ground pounds him to his death, taking the lead once again. Diakou, 2 stocks left, but possibly in this tournament. Nice down air. Sair comes out. Diakou goes for that GCN sig. I feel like that's supposed to be a down sig. It's a nice downer comes out.
Oh, he's fishing for those neutral sig reads. Gets a dare onto Twilight. Can't get the recovery hit. Looking for a finishing move. Wants Twilight to get into position for him, but Twilight is not getting anywhere near him. There's a nice downlight, but not able to follow up with a Sair as he falls off that side of the map. Diakou wants the nair into a recovery, but Twilight just with those double dares keeps Diakou at bay.
Ooh, and the sidelight as Twilight gets into that hitbox, avoids damage and gets a nice neutral landing. Cassidy with Cider sends Twilight flying. Diakou evens it up 2-2, but he's very behind on damage, and unless he gets a crazy string like he did at the beginning of this match again, I don't think it's going to be as even for very long. As a nice nair comes in, recovery almost falls off. The Cider does it.
Sair from Twilight, full stock advantage, and Daikou's got to be thinking hard about what he can do.
Diakou on his last stock here against Twilight. Twilight gets that stomp, tosses the hammer aside, waiting Diakou out with this approach as Twilight gets a nice nair into recovery.
Goes for a chase dodge downlight after the sidelight, but wasn't able to get it. There's the dare. Looking for the sidelight, but Twilight just with a down sig on the whiff.
This looks like it's going to be another 2-stock from Twilight here. As Diakou trying to make it back to the stage against Sair.
And there it is.
That was a brutally one-sided performance.